Both tell me they're disappointed by Baylor leadership and the Board of Regents' lack of transparency. With the dust settled, they're just now starting to get a grasp on what was lost and what's needed to rebuild.
Dozens of protesters are gathered out here tonight, many of them sporting signs like this one. So community members took to Facebook, where they created videos calling for change. Students say the teacher said Mexicans can't hop over fences and that it wasn't the only offensive remark made. So she wasn't able to catch the guy who did this. But lucky for her, she caught it all on camera. He says he loves serving the people of Cameron, but that he was blindsided by the council's decision. Doug and Nikki, while it's cleared up now, this stretch of road off of I-35 in Troy proved to be a major problem area for drivers today. The senior pastor says he was here at the church when everything unfolded, and that because of this incident, he's now stepping up security measures. And previously, patients in the area had to fly as far away as Austin or Abilene to get proper treatment. You could feel the intensity in the courtroom when the judge asked the attorneys to lay off, but he says creating those programs is going to take time, space, and money, and that's where the city comes in. Started the engine and intentionally collided with the victim to end the chase quickly. We begin tonight with an Associated Press report that claims hundreds of Texans voted illegally in the 2016 election. The FBI is investigating this morning after 2 people were killed and 4 others wounded in a shooting at a Louisville park last night. Now, a Coppers Cove family is demanding answers today after their son's daycare teacher was allegedly caught on camera dragging their child across the floor. And closer to home, Killeen police have identified the man who died in a high-speed chase after refusing to pull over. North Carolina is dealing with more fallout from House Bill 2. It's the bill critics say is attacking the LGBT community. Community members in Columbus, Ohio came together last night to remember 13-year-old Tyree King. The holiday season is officially upon us, and if toys are on your list, you may notice many of them are new twists on old favorites. 3 kids are being called heroes after they were caught on camera stopping a pair of car thieves. Welcome back. 3 wounded veterans now in California got a surprise of a lifetime, a new home and brand new cars.
Good evening, I'm Lisa Hudson. Thanks for joining us tonight. We begin at Baylor, where hundreds of students walked with one of their peers to class this morning after a recent incident left that student feeling unsafe on campus. Channel 6 News reporter Emani Payne joins us now in studio with more. Emani.
Lisa, an African-American student at Baylor claims she was called a racial slur and pushed by a stranger while walking to class Wednesday. The alleged victim and others at the university gathered in a showing of unity this morning to say that kind of behavior won't thrive at Baylor.
Baylor is a campus of love, and Baylor is a campus who watches out for each other.
Baylor student Natasha Nkoma fought back tears as she addressed hundreds of her peers and other Baylor faculty, staff, and alumni that gathered this morning to walk her to class. But it was more than just a friendly gesture. Earlier in the week, Natasha claims a complete stranger shoved her and called her the N-word on campus. She says the guy who did it said it was because he was trying to make America great again. Natasha shared her story on Twitter. It went viral and sparked the hashtag #IWalkWithNatasha and this.
We thank you for the opportunity to come together and to stand with our sister.
A halt in the day for a peaceful prayer and walk across campus to make sure Natasha made it to class safely and to ensure that other students wouldn't have to go through something similar.
I teach here, and I need every student that I teach to know that they are safe and they are loved.
I do hope that it'll create a safer campus, but if it doesn't, the campus also knows that we stand with the marginalized, we stand with the other.
Natasha says the showing of love and support from her university has been overwhelming.
I didn't think anyone would take it that far or care at all, but I'm just really glad that there's people on campus who just have no tolerance for hate.
Baylor is aware of the alleged incident and this morning's walk. They released a statement to Channel 6 News saying in part, the behavior is deeply disturbing and does not in any way reflect Baylor's faith or values. We wholeheartedly condemn the behavior. We have connected with the student and are working with her to ensure she feels safe and supported by the Baylor community.
Some Baylor administrators who participated in the walk include the Vice President for Student Life and even the school's interim president, Dr. David Garland. Natasha says she doesn't recall what her alleged attacker looks like, other than that he was a white male. She hasn't filed a police report yet and isn't sure if she will, because at this point she says she just wants to focus on the good and not the bad. And coming up tonight at 6, you'll hear more from Natasha and other Baylor students who say they're determined to make sure nothing so hateful will ever happen on their campus. Again, Lisa.
Nolanville family is coping with tragedy tonight after losing 30 show animals in a fire that destroyed their barn. Channel 6 News reporter Emani Payne spoke to the family, who says they won't let it ruin their Christmas. She joins us now live in our newsroom with more. Hi, Emani.
Doug, the Chevrolet family woke up to a horrible blaze in their backyard earlier this month. With the dust settled, they're just now starting to get a grasp on what was lost and what's needed to rebuild. A Nolanville family walks through.
Shocked and hysterical.
20 years of memories destroyed in an instant.
I opened up my bedroom door and saw a big glow, and we realized our barn and shed, everything was on fire.
A heat lamp sparked the fire, destroying the Chevrolet family's barn and 2 sheds. But it also took away something that can't be rebuilt.
I started crying because those were like my family too.
13-year-old Caitlin Chevery's 30 show animals that were living in the barn turned to ashes too.
I realized that they were all dead and they were black, and it was just really terrifying, and I didn't believe that it was true.
Devastated by the loss.
I was really hoping I can show my turkeys this year, because this would have been my last year showing the turkeys. But now I can't because they're all dead.
The family also lost their dirt bikes, tools, and a separate shed full of crafts and family memories, including baby pictures. But they say as long as they have each other this Christmas, they're thankful and driven to rebuild.
We're not letting this ruin our Christmas, and I refuse to let this fire win.
Now, for information on how you can donate to the family, we'll have a link to their GoFundMe account on our website. That's KCENTV.com. Doug.
Students are getting physically assaulted in Killeen, and officials appear to be doing nothing about it. That's according to parents in the area who say the violent behavior has been going on for far too long. Channel 6 News reporter Emani Payne reports.
This scene doesn't come as a surprise to some Shoemaker High parents who say violence has overrun the school.
It's a sport for them.
You can even find flyers online announcing the next smackdown. It's a situation one local mom hoped her son would never have to experience.
Walking home from school about 5:30, I got a phone call, and it's Matt, and he says about 30 kids just jumped us.
Shelly Hewitt says her son has been jumped multiple times by his peers at Shoemaker High and claims that the school and local police officials aren't stepping in to help.
They're passing the buck to the other person. Oh, well, you need to contact the school. Well, you know what? I've contacted the school. Same as the other mom, I've never heard back from my AP. Never heard back from anybody.
And she's not alone. This mom withdrew her son from Shoemaker last week after he was jumped.
My son got jumped at school. The school did not notify me. They did not medically evaluate him, and they let him get on a bus and ride home for an hour with a concussion.
And a third claims her son was jumped by 15 kids after school one day.
They had to take him to the emergency room. I had his friend tell me that he was in the emergency room, where the doctor stated he's going to get hit one more time in his back. He's going to be paralyzed.
The district recently released this statement to Channel 6 News, saying in part that they take the allegations very seriously and encourage parents to report the incidents to them so they can investigate. But the moms say they've been doing that and are getting the runaround. Despite their different backgrounds, all these moms share one thing in common, and that's that they want all children to have a safe and positive place to learn. And they say they'll fight to make that happen with or without help from city leaders. Reporting in Killeen, Emani Payne, Channel 6 News.
And Channel 6 News also reached out to the Killeen Police Department multiple times about these incidents earlier today and have yet to receive a response.